Hi, welcome to my journey. This is Miss Carr and I am inviting you to learn with me. Are you ready? Let's go! Hello! Ang pag-uusapan natin today is about number theory. So, mapapag-usapan natin yung about sa divisibility rules, factors, multiples, prime numbers, composite numbers, and parity. And titignan natin kung ano yung connection nila sa isa't isa. Okay? Okay, so I have here two scenarios or real-life applications of these concept factors and multiples. Let's see if you already have that skills and knowledge to answer these word problems. And kung nahihirapan pa kayo, okay lang yan kasi pag-uusapan natin siya later. Okay? Alright, so pag-usapan naman natin yung divisibility. So when we say that a number is divisible by another number, ibig sabihin, pag dinivide mo siya dun sa number na yon, ang sagot is whole or walang decimal. So, for example, si 2. Paano natin malalaman na ang isang number is divisible by 2? Sabi dito sa rule, if the last digit is even, then yes, that is divisible by 2. So let's say 724. Yung last digit niya is 4. And 4 is divisible by 2. So yes, 724 is divisible by 2. Okay? Then we have 423. Ang dulo ng number is 3. And 3 is not even. So 423 is not divisible by 2. Okay? So we have these divisibility rules para malalaman natin agad kung ang isang number ba is divisible by a number. Lalo na kung yung mga numbers natin is malalaki. Okay? Okay, so this time, alamin natin kung isang number is divisible by 3. Ang rule dyan, if the sum of the digit is divisible by 3, then yes. Example, 345. I-add natin yung 3, 4, and 5. Ang sagot is 12. Yung 12 ba is divisible by 3? Yes, you can divide 12 by 3 ng walang decimal ang sagot. Okay? Unlike yung 317, pag inad mo yung bawat digit like 3 plus 1 plus 7, the answer is 11. 11 is not divisible by 3 kasi kapag dinivide mo siya sa 3, magkakaroon tayo ng decimal. Okay? How about 4? Okay, paano natin malalaman kung ang isang number is divisible by 4? So the rule is, if the last two digits are divisible by 4, then yes. Example, 712. Yung last two digit niya is 12. Yung 12 divisible by 4, so yes. Yung 710, yung last two digit niya is 10. Hindi siya divisible by 4, so ibig sabihin, yung 710, hindi siya divisible by 4. Okay, malalaman natin na isang number is divisible by 5 kung yung last digit niya is either 5 or 0. So, like si 45, divisible by 5 yung dulo niya kasi nga 5 na mismo. So, ibig sabihin divisible by 5 yung 45. Unlike si 92, yung last digit niya is 2. So, hindi divisible by 5 ang 2. So, 92 is not divisible by 5. Okay, paano natin malalaman kung isang number is divisible by 6? If the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. Remember, si 2, malalaman mong divisible siya by 2 kung ang dulo ng number is even number or 0. Si 3, if the sum of the digit is divisible by 3. So, let's have an example. 144. Tingnan natin kung ang dulo niya is even. So, ang dulo niya is 4. Yes, it's even. And tingnan natin kung ang sum ng digits na yan is divisible by 3. So, 1 plus 4, 5, plus 4, 9. Ang 9 is divisible by 3. So, yes, siya ay divisible by 6. Unlike si 517, yung dulo niya na 7, it's not even. So, dun pa lang, hindi na siya pasok. And then, yung sum niya na 5 plus 1 plus 7 is that is 13. And that is not divisible by 3. Okay? Okay, so paano naman natin malalaman kung isang number is divisible by 7? Sabi dito, if you double the last digit and subtract it from the rest of the number and the answer is 0 or divisible by 7, so that's it. So let's have an example here. 217. Now, the last digit is 7. Ang sabi dyan, i-double natin. So, 7 times 2, that is 14. And then, i-minus daw natin yung sagot na yun from the rest. So, we have 21 na natira, diba? So, 21 minus 14, that is what? That is 7. Tama? So, 7 is divisible by 7. So, yes, 217 is divisible by 7. Okay? Unlike dun sa katabi niya na 267, ang dulo niya is 7, tama? But when you double that, that is 14. Now, kung i-minus natin yung 14 dun sa natirang number na 26, ang sagot niya is 12, right? And 12 is not divisible by 7, so 267 is not divisible by 7. Okay, so malalaman mo ng isang number is divisible by 8 if the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. So I have here 3,840. The last 3 digits are 840. So 840 is divisible by 8. So 3,840 is divisible by 8. Unlike 6,428, the last 3 digit is 428, so it's not divisible by 8. Therefore, 6,428 is not divisible by 8. Okay? Okay, malalaman natin ang isang number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So, i-add natin lahat ng digit ng number. Okay, example, 6,939. So, i-add natin yung 6, and then 9, and then 3, and then 9. So the answer is 6 plus 9, that is 15, plus 3, that is 18, plus 9, that is 27. 27 is divisible by 9, so yes, 6,939 is divisible by 9. Let's go to the next example, which is 6,923. I-add natin yan. 6 plus 9, that is 15, plus 2, that is 17, plus 3, that is 20. Now, 20 is not divisible by 9, so 6,923 is not divisible by 9. Okay? So, paano natin malalaman kung isang number is divisible by 10? Napakadali lang. So, kapag ang dulo ng number is 0, then yes, that is divisible by 10. So, like we have 7,200. So, the last digit is 0. So, yes, that is divisible by 10. Unlike 4,258, the last number is 8. So, it's not divisible by 10. Okay. So, tapos na natin pag-usapan yung tungkol sa divisibility rules. So, ngayon, alam nyo na kung ang isang number is divisible by another number. 'Di ba? Kapag dinivide mo yan sa isang number, dapat yung sagot is whole number, walang decimals. Now, makakatulong yan para malaman natin yung factors ng isang number. Remember, kapag nagmumultiply tayo, ang tawag dun sa pinagmultiply natin ay factors. And then yung sagot is product. So, same idea dito sa pag-uusapan natin factors. Alamin natin kung ano yung mga number na pwede nating i-multiply para yung sagot is yung number na yon. Example, si 12. We can see here na pwede nating i-multiply si 1 at saka si 12 and ang sagot is 12. Ganon din si 2 and 6 at saka si 3 and 4. So, therefore, si 12 meron siyang 6 na factors. Kasi nga, pwede mo siyang i-multiply and then the answer is 12. Okay? For us to easily get the factors of a number, we can find kung saan sila divisible. So, tulad ni 1, kapag dinivide mo yung 12 sa 1, ang sagot is 12, yung sarili lang niya. And that's whole number, right? So, now we know that 1 and 12 is what? Or are factors of 12. Now, kapag dinivide mo si 12 by 2, the answer is 6. So, it's whole number. Therefore, you can conclude that 2 and 6 are factors of 12. Kasi pag pinag-multiply mo yun, 12 lang din naman yung sagot. Now, let's say you divide 12 by 3. Now, the answer is 4. So, 3 and 4 are factors of 12. What if you divide 12 by 5? Remember, the answer is not whole. So, therefore, 5 is not divisible by 12, and 5 is not a factor of 12. Okay? So, use the divisibility rule for you to easily know kung ano yung factor ng isang number. Okay? Now, we have 18 here. And we can say that like 12, it has 6 factors. And that is 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Okay? Now, we have this GCF or greatest common factor. Pag sinabing GCF or greatest common factor from the word itself, hanapin natin yung pinakamataas na parehas silang factor. Greatest common factor. So, here, you can see na meron silang parehas na factors. Like yung 2, yung 3, at saka 6. But what we're looking is the greatest common factor. So, their GCF is 6. Okay? Okay, so let's have multiples. Ang multiples naman, ito yung magsisimula ka sa number na yan, and then i-add mo lang siya sa sarili niya. So let's say si 12, add mo lang yung 12, then you have 24. And then add mo lang yung 12, you have 36. Then add 12, you have 48. Add 12, you have 60. Add 12, you have 72. So itutuloy mo yan, maraming multiples si 12. And then, ganun din yung gagawin natin kay 18. I-add mo lang yung 18 sa sarili niya at mag-a-add ka lang na mag-a-add ng 18. Okay? So, the multiples of 18 is 18, 36, 54, 72, 90, and 108. Alright? And then, what we have here, least common multiple. So, from the word itself, least, and then common multiple, hanap ka dyan ng common multiple nila or yung parehas sila ng multiple. So, here, we can say that their common multiples are 36 and 72. Tama? But we are looking for the least or pinakamababang pareho silang multiple. So, the answer to get the LCM is 36. Kasi mas mababa yung 36 dun sa 72. Okay? Let's see the difference between factors and multiples. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung factors ni 12 is mula 12 pababa. Okay? Si 18 naman, yung factors niya is 18 pababa. Kapag pinag-usapan naman yung multiples, yung 12 pataas. And then yung sa 18, 18 pataas. Okay? So, alam nyo agad ang difference ni factors at multiples kasi nga, ang factors is equal at lagi mababa at ang multiples is equal dun sa number pataas. Okay? Alright, so let's talk about parity. Ito lang yung tinatawag nating odd numbers tsaka even numbers. Pag sinabing odd numbers, ito yung mga number na kapag dinivide mo sa 2, hindi magiging whole number yung sagot. So, like yung 1, pag dinivide mo sa 2, ang sagot is 0.5. Si 7, pag dinivide mo sa 2, 3.5. Unlike even numbers, ito naman yung mga numbers na kapag dinivide mo sa 2, ang sagot is laging whole number. So, let's say si 2, pag dinivide mo sa 2, that is equivalent to 1. Si 8, pag dinivide mo sa 2, that is 4. Okay? So, that's the difference between odd and even numbers. So, pwede mo rin gawin is magbilang ka na lang ng 2 and then get the multiples like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. So, yung in between dyan, yan yung mga odd numbers like yung 3, and then 5, and then 7, and then 9, and so on. Okay? Alright, so prime number, a number which has two factors only, yung 1 at yung sarili niya. For example, si 2. For us to get 2, we only need to multiply 1 and 2. No other number. Okay? So, si 5, ang pwede lang natin i-multiply para makuha natin si 5, 1, and yung 5. Okay? So, that's the simple definition of prime number. Okay, so unlike the prime number, composite number has two or more factors. Okay, so kung nakikita yung mga example na to, we have 4, it has 3 factors. Si 6, 4 factors. Si 9, 3 factors. Si 12, 6 factors. Si 21, 4 factors. Okay, so the lowest composite number is 4. And kung mapapansin nyo, yung composite number, pwede siyang ma-break into prime numbers. So, let's say 1 times 4. Di ba si 4, pwede natin gawing 2 times 2. So, pwede natin i-multiply na lang na 1 times 2 times 2, and that's equivalent to 4. So, pag sinabi natin composite, ito yung pinagsama-samang prime number. Okay? Example, si 6. 1 times 6. Eh, di ba si 6, ang breakdown lang yan is 2 times 3. So, pwede nating sabihin na 1 times 2 times 3, that is 6. So, again, pinagsama-sama lang natin yung prime numbers para makabuo ng composite numbers. Okay? Okay, so we have special numbers, and those are 0 and 1. Hindi sila prime numbers, at hindi rin sila composite numbers. Okay? Kasi nga, when we look at the definition of prime number, dapat may dalawang factors. So, si 1, ang factor niya lang is 1. Sarili niya lang. Si 0, marami siyang pwedeng maging factors. Okay? Para maging 0 yung sagot. So, hindi sila prime numbers. Bakit hindi naman sila composite number? Again, according dun sa definition ng composite number, dapat more than 2 factors. Si 1, isa lang ang factor niya. And then si 0, yes, marami siyang pwedeng maging factors, pero dapat finite or fixed yung factors niya. Eh, si 0, di ba, kahit ilan, kahit paabutin mo pa yan ng 5 at 3 factors, 0 pa rin yung sagot. That's why they are called special numbers. Okay? Alright. So, pag-usapan natin kung paano ba ginagawa yung prime factorization. So, from the word itself, involve yung factor tsaka yung prime numbers. Okay? So, let's say, kunin natin yung prime factors ni 48. So, ang gagawin natin, kunin muna natin yung factor niya. So, si 48, meron siyang factor na 2 and 24. Right? But, isa lang doon yung prime, which is 2. Si 24, composite number siya. So, kunin pa natin yung factor ni 24 and let's see kung meron prime doon. So, we have 2 times 12. So, 2, prime number siya. Si 12, hindi pa. So, break down ulit natin siya. So, ano yung factor ni 12 na merong prime? And that is 2 again. And then, 6. Si 6, hindi pa siya prime number. So, pwede pa siya ma-breakdown. Si 6, ang factor niya is 2 and 3. So, lahat nung nandun sa ilalim niya, yun yung prime factors niya. Okay? So, pag tinimes mo yun na 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, dapat ang sagot is 48. Another way to do the prime factorizations is hanap ka pa ulit ng factor ni 48. Dun sa kanina, nag-umpisa tayo sa factor niya na 2 times 24. Another factor ni 48 is 4 and 12. Tama? Yung sumunod na example. Now, si 4 at si 12, hindi siya prime numbers. So, i-break natin sila para magkaroon tayo or makita natin yung prime factors nila. Si 4, ang factors niya ay 2 times 2. So, dun pa lang, meron na tayong prime. So, punta naman tayo kay 12. Si 12, ang factors niya is 3 at saka 4. So, si 3, prime na yon. And then, i-break na lang natin si 4. Si 4, ang prime factor niya is 2 and 2. So, lahat ng nasa ilalim puro prime numbers na, so we're done. Okay? Parehas lang siya nung nakuha nating prime factors dun sa una example. Kasi nga, 48 lang din naman yan. Another way or another factor ni 48 is 6 times 8. So, pwede ka din dyan magsimula. Si 6, meron tayong 2 times 3. So, okay na tayo kasi parehas namang prime numbers yan. Yung 8, merong 2 times 4. Si 2 lang yung prime dyan. So, break down pa natin si 4. So, we have 2 times 2. So, parehas lang din yung magiging sagot from the two examples that we have kanina. The last way or the last example that we have here is yung factor na ginamit kay 48 is 3 times 16. Si 3, okay na siya kasi prime numbers. Si 16, hindi pa. So, factors ni 16 are 4 times 4. So, parehas siyang composite. So, i-breakdown natin. So, meron tayong 2 times 2 para sa isang 4, and then 2 times 2 para dun sa isang 4. So, magiging same lang din yung factors na nakuha natin. Okay? So, yes, you can experiment, you can do your own way how to do prime factorization, basta same yung mga prime numbers na makukuha natin sa dulo. Okay? Alright. So, this time, malalaman natin kung paano makukuha yung GCF and LCM using prime factorization. So, let's say si 12 tsaka si 18, kunin natin yung GCF nila, yung pinakamalaking pareha silang factor, at yung LCM nila or yung pinakamababang pareha silang multiples. Okay? Kanina pinag-usapan na natin kung ano yung GCF tsaka LCM. Okay? So, una, ihilera mo muna yung prime numbers or prime factors ni 12 at saka ni 18. So, si 12 merong 2 times 2 times 3. Si 18 merong 2 times 3 times 3. Okay? So, itapat mo yung parehas sila. So, we have here, meron silang parehas na 2 at meron silang parehas na 3. So, the GCF of 12 and 18 is 6. Alright? Ang LCM naman, ang gagawin mo is may space kay 18, tama? Nung pinagtapat mo yung parehas silang prime numbers, nagkaroon ng bakante na tabi ni 2. So, ibaba mo lang yan, saka mo i-multiply yung prime numbers. So, we have now 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 is equals to 36. So, the LCM of 12 and 18 is 36. Another example. So, I have here 27 and 45. So, kunin natin yung GCF at LCM nila using prime factorization. So, when we check their prime factors, 27 has 3 times 3 times 3. And then 45 has 3 times 3 times 5. Okay? And then ipagtapat mo lang ulit yung parehas na meron sila. So, they have 3 and 3. So, multiply mo lang yan. Then, their GCF now is 9. So, pagdating sa LCM, yung bakanteng space dyan or yung bakante dyan, ibaba mo lang dyan yung 3 and then saka mo i-multiply lahat ng numbers or yung prime numbers. So, you have 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. So, their LCM is 135. Okay, so we have other way to get the GCF and LCM of the numbers using repeated division. So, gamitin natin yung same example kanina na 12 tsaka 18. Okay? So, hanap ka ng prime number na pwedeng i-divide sa 12 at 18 na ang magiging sagot is whole number or walang decimal. Okay? So, yung pinakamababang prime number na pwede silang i-divide is 2. So, 12 divided by 2, that is 6. 18 divided by 2, that is 9. So, kung mapapansin mo, si 6 tsaka si 9, composite numbers pa rin sila. Okay? So, we're not going to stop basta makita natin yung prime numbers dun sa pinakailalim. Okay? So, since we have still 6 and 9, so hanap ulit tayo ng prime numbers na parehas silang pwedeng i-divide. So, we have 3. Hindi pwede si 2 kasi pag dinivide mo si 9 sa 2, magkakaroon tayo ng decimal number na sagot. Okay? So, 6 divided by 3, we have 2. 9 divided by 3, we have 3. So, kung mapapansin nyo sa ilalim, puro prime numbers na. So, we're done. So, what we need to do now is to get the GCF. Makukuha natin yan kapag pinag-multiply natin yung prime numbers na nandun sa kaliwa niya, which is 2 and 3. So, the GCF is 6. Now, the LCM is kapag minultiply mo lahat ng prime numbers mula sa kaliwa hanggang dun sa ilalim. Okay, so we have 2 times 3 times 2 times 3, then we have 36. Okay? Alright, so let's have another example. So I have here 27 and 45. Let's get their GCF and LCM using repeated division. So 27 and 45, the prime number that we can divide both of them, na whole number ang sagot is 3. So 27 divided by 3, that is 9. 45 divided by 3, that is 15. Now, 15 and 9, composite numbers pa rin sila. So, let's try to divide them again to another prime number. So, 3. So, 9 divided by 3, that is 3. 15 divided by 3, that is 5. So, yung nasa ilalim natin na 3 and 5, parehas na silang prime numbers. So, we're done. So, let's get their GCF by multiplying the numbers na nandun sa kaliwa, which is 3 times 3, that is 9. So, their GCF is 9. Now, their LCM is, multiply natin lahat ng prime numbers mula sa kaliwa hanggang dun sa ilalim. So, 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. So, their LCM is 135. Okay, so we have our last example. So, let's get the GCF and LCM of 24, 48, and 32. So, we'll use the repeated division. So first, we need to find out the prime number that we can divide sa mga tatlong to. And then we have 2 kasi nga hindi pwedeng i-divide ang 3 kay 32. So let's use 2. So 24 divided by 2, we have 12. 48 divided by 2, we have 24. 32 divided by 2, we have 16. So we have 12, 24, and 16. And lahat ng yun, composite numbers pa. So, we have to divide it again by 2. So, 12 divided by 2, we have 6. 24 divided by 2, we have 12. 16 divided by 2, we have 8. Okay? So, we have 6, 12, and 8. And lahat ng yun, composite numbers pa. So, we still need to divide it by 2. So, 6 divided by 2, we have 3. 12 divided by 2, we have 6. 8 divided by 2, we have 4. Now, we have 3, 6, and 4. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung 3, prime number na. So, dun tayo mag-stop dun sa tatlong 2 na nasa kaliwa when we get the GCF. Pero we still need to get the LCM, so itutuloy pa rin natin siya. Okay? So, since yung isa is prime number na, which is 3, dyan natin i-divide yung natitirang mga numbers. So, 3 divided by 3, we have 1. 6 divided by 3, we have 2. Now, si 4, hindi pwede ma-divide kay 3 kasi hindi magiging buo yung sagot. So, what we need to do is just to bring it down. Okay? So, yung meron tayo ngayong number is 1, 2, and 4. Now, si 4, composite number pa siya. So, we still need to divide it. Okay? So, since si 1 at saka, since si 1 is a pwede na natin siyang ibaba. Okay? So, i-divide natin yung 2 at saka 4 sa prime number na 2. So, 2 divided by 2, we have 1. And then, 4 divided by 2, we have 2. So, kung mapapansin nyo sa ilalim, meron tayong 1, 1, and 2. And, hindi na natin siya kailangang i-divide. Okay? Kasi, hindi naman na sila composite numbers. Okay. So, for us to get the GCF, just multiply yung first 2 numbers na nasa kaliwa. Okay? So, we have 2 times 2 times 2, and that's 8. Sa LCM naman, lahat ng number mula sa kaliwa hanggang dun sa ilalim, i-times natin yun. So, we have 2 times 2 times 2. times 3, times 2, times 1, times 1, times 2, then we have 96. So, our LCM is 96. So, kung i-compute nyo yan manually, so sa kabilang side, we have 24, 48, 32. So, yung multiples nila, makikita nyo dyan, at yung pinakamababa na pareha sila ng multiple is 96. So, tama yung sagot natin na 96. Okay? Okay, practice time. So, just copy the questions and answer it. Once you're done, just check it here. Okay? Okay, so another example and practice time. Okay, just try to do the prime factorization ng 672 in different ways. More practice. Practice, practice, practice. Come on, you can do it. More. Last one. Good job.